Hey guys, SpudFunk back here again for yet another interesting / hilarious life story. So I just want to start off by saying that when I was a kid, I was a really picky eater, okay guys? Now, I just did not like vegetables. You know, there were a few vegetables I ate, like carrots and potatoes, but other than that, that was about it. I hated every other vegetable. You know, my parents would try so hard to get me to eat vegetables, whether it was the Here Comes the Airplane when I was like 4 years old, or getting me to watch some stupid shit like Veggie Tales, trying to trick me into thinking that vegetables were actually a treat and that they tasted good. Now one day, my dad decided he wasn't gonna take my shit no more. He decided that I was gonna sit at the table until I finished my dinner. This means I was not allowed leaving until I was done eating. I was not allowed to eat anything else until I finished my vegetables. Now, of course, me being a really stubborn kid, I was all like, challenge accepted, motherfuckers. Now this is where it turned into a full-on contest. You see, it was like a competition. Me versus my parents. Me staring down the vegetables. Nothing getting eaten. Who will crack first? That is what everybody is wondering. Hours go by and I'm still not eating them. I'm just sitting there staring at my plate, and my parents are still really set on the rule that I am not allowed to leave that table until I finish my vegetables. But I was like, I'm not eating it. I'm not taking it. We're gonna be here all night, right? Now keep in mind, guys, that this is actually a school night, and I was like around, 8 years old on a school night, up at like 3 in the morning. Another 30 minutes go by and my parents finally give in. I'm all like, yeah, GG, victory, I win. Boy, was I wrong. You see, guys, the next day comes along and I'm just hungry at this point. It's morning and I want to have my nice bowl of cereal that I have every morning. I get up and I go to the pantry to grab the box of Trix cereal, right? Trix was my favorite thing to eat. Like, I loved that cereal. And I reach up for the box and my dad snatches it out of my hand and says, "No, Ben, Trix are for kids who eat their dinner. You get to eat vegetables for breakfast."
No! God, please, no! No!
And now I am all like, shit. You see, breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and it just got ruined. I don't care how hungry I was. You see, I was not going to eat those vegetables. I was going to show my parents that I will not stand for this.
We can do
I
it!
don't like this crap.
Never get between a kid and his bowl of cereal in the morning. That's all I gotta say. You see, guys, I started screaming, I will never eat my vegetables. Never. Not in a million years. I don't care if I die from starvation. I am not eating my vegetables. Now, at this point, my mom was actually worried. She said to my dad that we should probably give him some food, right? However, my dad had something else on his mind. You see, my dad never wants to lose. He's one of those people that has to win. This was a full-on competition for him, and he was not going to lose it to his son. You see, guys, he said, you know what? Let him starve. He'll eat it eventually. So I went to school that day with no lunch, no breakfast, and no dinner from the day before. You can imagine just how hungry I was getting, guys. I mean, like, the crayons in front of me were starting to look pretty fucking delicious, but still not as gross looking as those damned vegetables. Oh, the horror. Those vegetables were the worst things in the world. Worse than Keemstar's channel.
Let's get right into the news!
So anyways, the whole day goes by, and I'm surprised I did not eat any of my school utensils. However, I get home thinking that maybe finally I'll be able to eat something, but to my surprise, my dad did not cave in yet. The first thing I'm greeted by when I walk in is a nice plate full of old vegetables from the day before. Now, I didn't care how hungry I was like, fuck that, I'm not eating that shit. Now, my dad takes out the big guns. You see, he takes away my video games and says I'm not allowed to do anything until I eat those vegetables. I'm not allowed to play video games. I'm not allowed to go in my room. I'm basically just allowed to sit at the table until I eat my vegetables. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll eat them. But of course I wasn't actually going to. You see, I had a really good plan in my mind. My plan was to actually take the food, throw it in the garbage when my parents weren't looking. Now, boy, did this plan ever backfire. You see, guys, my parents found out that I threw those vegetables in the garbage. And my dad grabs the garbage can, grabs the food right out of the dirty garbage can, throws it back on my plate with his hands and says, "You're gonna sit here and eat this. I don't care if it was in the garbage. You're gonna learn to respect the food you are given."
All right, mister, what do you think you're doing?
Now at this point, my mom knows that this has gone way too far, and she pretty much calls the whole thing off. She gives me some fresh food, and yeah, I pretty much won. GG. So my dad actually didn't talk to me for like a whole nother day after that. I think he was just really mad because he pretty much lost to his son, right? Now, if you guys enjoyed this story, remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because I have many more life story videos like this to come. Until next time, peace out.